all well. Today we will have a writing lesson together for Richmond students. We will talk about how to write essays. So far we have learned how to write paragraphs, but it's time for us to learn how to write essays, because you will need to write essays for your further studies in your department and in your academic life. What is an essay? Essay is a text that consists of 5 or more paragraphs, and it has a controlling idea throughout the essay. So actually it is not so different than paragraphs. Let's talk about the parts of an essay. We have 3 parts in an essay. We have introduction part, we have body paragraphs, we have conclusion part. Now, these may sound similar to you because in paragraphs we have introduction part, we have supporting sentences, and we have the concluding sentences. In introduction part we have topic sentences and general statements in the paragraphs. Because throughout our previous modules we have learned how to write different types of paragraphs, so you are familiar with this idea. So don't be afraid. Again, you see, essay has usually 5 or more paragraphs. An essay is written about one topic that has several main points. The main points are introduced in an introductory paragraph and supported in body paragraphs. The conclusion is the last paragraph. Now you see the order here. We start with our introduction paragraph, and then we have our body paragraphs. In body paragraphs, actually we have 3 paragraphs, and after that we have our conclusion paragraph. The order is always the same, and keeping this order is very, very important. Let's see the overview of our essay. Again, we have our introduction here. In introduction, we give general statements and information about our topic. And in our introduction paragraph, we give our thesis statement. We will talk about thesis statement further. And after our introduction paragraph, we have our body paragraphs. You see here we have 3 body paragraphs. In our body paragraphs, we support our main idea. We support our thesis statement. In our body paragraphs, we use the same order that we used in writing paragraphs. We should have our topic sentence, we should have our supporting sentences, and we should have our concluding sentence. So I said this will be easy for you because you know how to write paragraphs, so don't worry. So in our body paragraphs, we should support our main idea, we should support our thesis statement. After writing those 4 paragraphs, we need to write our last paragraph, which is our conclusion part. In our conclusion paragraph, we write a brief summary of main points of our essay, and we can give solutions, we can offer our opinion. I want to show you this burger, so you would remember the order well. So in our burger, first we have our bun. Our bun is our introduction paragraph. And after that we have 3 meats, and our meats are our body paragraphs. And after that we have our conclusion paragraph, which is again the bottom bun. So when doing a burger, you should follow this order. Also, when you are writing an essay, you should also follow this order. First you need to introduction, then you need to body, and then you need the conclusion part. Now let's talk about these parts of an essay individually and more specifically. Let's talk about the introduction part first. Our introduction paragraph has 2 parts. The first part is where we give the general statements. We give general statements, general information about our topic. And in our second part, we give our thesis statement. Our thesis statement is our main point of the essay. And you can state the overall plan of your essay. Now we need to talk about this thesis statement in more details. Let's see this quick thesis statement facts. So, a good thesis statement provides reader with the main claim of your paper, your main idea. It tells readers what your paper will be about. So it tells readers what you will write about in your essay. It makes a claim that others may either agree or disagree with. Is a statement rather than a question. So you state something, you state your opinion, you state your argument, and it should be written in your own words. It is not a quote from a source. You can't take a quote and make it your thesis statement. And it generally appears at the end of your introduction part. So you see, we said in our introduction part we have 2 parts. First is where we give general statements, and the second part is where we give our thesis statement. So it appears at the end of our introduction paragraph. Let's look at some examples of thesis statements. Let's say we will explain why a healthy diet is important. First, let's take a look at these weak thesis examples. It means bad examples of thesis statements. Too broad means you shouldn't be too broad, like a healthy diet is important. It's too broad, it's too wide. And also you shouldn't be too narrow. For example, people should include 8 servings of fruits and vegetables in their diet every day. It is too narrow. And of course you shouldn't be off topic. Like bananas are one of the most nutritious foods on earth. It is off topic. You shouldn't do that. But what should we write in order to have a good thesis statement? Let's look at these examples. Strong thesis. A healthy diet is important because it increases energy, prevents illness, and promotes well-being in all people. That is a very good thesis statement because it's not too broad, it's not too narrow, and it's not off topic. This is the points that you should pay attention while writing a thesis statement. Don't be off topic, don't write too narrow, and don't write too broad. Let's see more examples. Our topic is controlling our children. Again, too general thesis. We shouldn't write too general things. We shouldn't be too broad. Children must be disciplined. This is too general. And also we shouldn't be too specific. We shouldn't be too narrow. Teachers have a role in the discipline of children. This is too specific. But a good thesis is by using disciplinary techniques. Parents, teachers, and police are the main agents for controlling children. This is a good thesis statement because it's not too general and it's not too specific. Let's see the side note. This thesis statement, it provides 3 groups to discuss. General enough to allow for the development of several main ideas, and specific enough to give the essay structure and organization. So this is the thing that you should pay attention to. Your thesis statement should be general enough to allow for the development of several main ideas and be specific enough to give the essay structure and organization. So, after giving examples of thesis statements, we need to talk about our body paragraphs. Because remember, after introduction paragraph, we need to have our body paragraphs. So, body paragraphs consist of 3 paragraphs. They come after the introduction part. So, in each paragraph, we should support the main idea of our essay. And each paragraph should have a topic sentence and supporting sentences, and also a concluding sentence to conclude our paragraph. So, just like we had in our paragraph, we need to have supporting ideas. But instead of just having sentences, we need to have 3 different paragraphs to support our idea. And those 3 paragraphs should also be organized, structured paragraphs with topic sentences, supporting sentences, and concluding sentences. So it is very important to have these body paragraphs after introduction part. You need to follow the order. The order is very important. Just don't miss any steps. Just follow the steps and your essay just will be fine. We had our introduction part. We had our body paragraphs. 3 paragraphs. And after that, we need to have our concluding paragraph. Concluding paragraph should be familiar with you because you are used to write concluding sentences. But in essays, instead of writing just sentences, we should write paragraphs. So, the concluding paragraph is the last paragraph in our essay. It completes the essay by summarizing or repeating the most important ideas. So you can summarize or repeat the ideas you had in your essay in your conclusion paragraph. Also, you can give an opinion, a prediction, or a solution to a problem in your concluding paragraph. So we have our introduction, body paragraphs, and our concluding paragraph. Again, I want to repeat, in our concluding paragraph, you can summarize and repeat the main ideas of your essay, and you can give an opinion, a prediction, or a solution to a problem. Now, let's look at our example of an introduction paragraph. I want you to read it. I'll wait for you for 2 minutes. Okay, so you see the blue sentences are our general statements. The writer gives us the main, not the main idea, the writer gives us the general information, the background information and general statements about his topic. He talks about studying in a foreign country. And after that, writer gives us the thesis statement, his main idea, what he will talk about in his essay or her essay. So after reading the thesis statement, we immediately understand that the writer will talk about his or her 3 friends that he or she had in his university years. So after giving the general statements, the general information about the topic, the writer gives us the thesis statement so we can understand what will he talk about in his or her essay. After the introduction, we have our body paragraph. Again, I will wait for you to read it. Okay, so in our body paragraph, you see we have our topic sentence and we have our supporting sentences and we have our concluding sentence. So our body paragraph is actually therefore to support the thesis statement, the main idea. And after the body paragraph, but there should be 3 body paragraphs. Actually, this is just an example. And after that, we have our concluding paragraph. Let's read it very quickly. Okay, so in our concluding paragraph, we have the summary of main ideas in the blue sentences. And after that, we have a promise or a resolution in the yellow sentences. So you see, in our concluding paragraph, we have two parts. The first part is the summary of main ideas, and the second part is a promise or resolution, kind of like the final thoughts we had in our paragraphs. So concluding paragraph is very familiar with you. After writing the concluding paragraph, we finish our essay. That was the structure of the essay, but there are different kinds of essay. We will talk about it more in our next lessons, but thanks for listening so far. See you.